Hey guys, Sophie here from My Cup Runs Over. And today I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about the new Mr. D Math program, Digital Music Production. And if you've watched any of my previous reviews, you probably know that I'm a huge Mr. D Math fan. My kids have been using his math program since grade 5 or 6 with the pre-algebra program, and they've gone through all the levels of math that he offers in order to finish high school math a year or two early. And he has just taken us from crying and fighting over our math lessons to just whizzing through and having kids who feel confident in their abilities to complete high school level math. And now he is offering this new course, Digital Music Production. Hey friends, Sophie here from My Cup Runs Over. My goal is to bring you simple and sustainable strategies for finding more joy in your life, home, and homeschool. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, be sure to click the subscribe button below and be the first to find out about all of my new content. Now, I love everything that Mr. D Math offers, but I should point out that Mr. D himself is not the one teaching digital music production. He is an excellent math teacher, but I suspect this topic might be a little bit outside of his wheelhouse. So instead, he teamed up with professional singer, songwriter, composer, music producer Brent Daniels, who mostly creates music for movie trailers. If you go to his website, you'll see all kinds of really cool movie trailers, and you'll get a taste for the kind of music that kids will learn how to produce through this course. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that they can only create music for trailers. They will learn how to record and edit, mix and master all different kinds of sounds. And these skills can be used for things like movie trailers, for recording their own songs, for doing podcasts, even for adding music to their school projects. There's just no end to the different things that they can do with the information from this course. So if your kids have any interest at all in digital music production, creating samples, loops, using synthesizers, this is a perfect introduction for them. It will give them all of the skills that they need to get to the point where they can create pieces of music from scratch, all the way through that process and have a professional level product at the end. Now, one thing you might wonder, I know I was, is like, what kind of equipment would kids need in order to be able to take this class? Because most of us don't have a music studio at home. Actually, we kind of do. With today's computers and cell phone technology, we're actually closer than ever to having professional music studios in our home. You probably have most of the equipment that your kid would need to complete this course. So the main pieces are going to be a computer, which could be a laptop or a desktop computer. You're not going to want to probably use something like a Chromebook or a tablet for this. You want to have a little bit more processing power and capability in terms of software. You're going to need something for recording on. So a microphone would be great, but for beginners, it's okay to use the built-in microphone with your laptop or your cell phone microphone. You're going to want to have some kind of wired headphones or speakers. And if we want to get fancy, we could also have a USB MIDI controller. You can use your keyboard for this, but it's much faster if they have a separate controller that they can use in order to create the different rhythmic sounds within their pieces of music. So that's something that you can order for, I think they start around $50. So that's all that you need to get started with this course. Let's take a quick overview of what is taught here. So we get the introduction to digital music, finding out what it is, what the different terminology is that's going to be used throughout the course, and that overview of the tools that I just broke down for you. Then you're going to learn about the digital audio workstation, which is basically the tools, the hardware, and the software that's used for making music. Then kids are going to learn about MIDI and how do we create MIDI data? How do we take sounds that we can hear, electrical signals, and convert them into data that can be manipulated on a computer? Sound signals, and how do we convert it into data that can be used, can be mixed and edited on a computer. The kids are going to learn about synthesizers. How can you use one little keyboard controller to create hundreds of different kinds of sounds, whether that's drums or flutes or even stimulating voices. There's so many things that we can do with synthesizers and with samplers. So taking loops that already exist and building them into our own works of art to create something completely new. The next thing that they're going to learn about is things like effects. So, how do we put delay and reverb onto our sounds to make them sound fuller, or to just add a different element or dimension to the sound that we're creating? So, they're going to learn how to do that digitally. These are things that previously we wouldn't have been able to do without a rack full of equipment to adjust those sounds manually. But now we can do all of this using software on our laptops, which just really it just opens up the world of music production to beginners and amateur musicians and anyone who wants to take their music creation process to the next level. This is now something that we can do. Kids can do in their bedroom at home. There's lots of stories now about famous musicians who are achieving great levels of success with music that they created at home in their bedrooms as teenagers. So anyone can really do this. All it takes is an interest in the creative process, probably some artistic creative ability, which of course can be developed. It's not something that you can be born with it, but of course you can develop it as well. And just a sense of curiosity and wanting to learn how to do these things, willingness to play around with buttons and knobs and faders and seeing, oh, what does this do? What does that do? And so if your kid has all of those things and an ear for what sounds good, this is a really great opportunity for them to take all of those raw materials and put it together, and have the ability to take an idea that they hear in their head and turn it into something tangible that they can share with other people. And then finally, we have this 4-part lesson on how do you put this all together. And Brent walks you through creating a piece of music from start to finish, all the way from recording your own sounds, using samples, using the effects, all the way through to editing, mixing, mastering, and coming out with a professional level sound. So I just wanted to say that I love this program. I honestly haven't had my kids go through it yet, but I've actually been going through it myself. I actually have a background in audio engineering. I studied this in college in my 20s, and it's something that I'm really passionate about. And my kids and I love to write songs together and to record them and edit them on the computer. We haven't actually done anything together as fancy as what is being taught in this program. We've mostly used our cell phones for recording and just used the Audacity program to do some really simple editing. But I feel like what's being offered here just takes that to a completely different level. And it's something that's accessible. I tell you that I have that background not to make it sound like you need to have something like that to succeed in this program, but it's something that I think offers a lot of value to someone like me who has some experience with music production, but also to my kids who don't have that experience yet. It's something that we can even go through together and work on together and take some of the ideas that we have for songs and other pieces of music and just learn how to create a higher quality of product than we currently are able to. So I'm really excited about this course. I hope that you'll go and check it out. If you have any questions, please just drop them in the comments below and I'd be happy to answer them. If I don't know the answers, I will make sure to reach out to the Mr. D Math team and find out for you. And if you have tried this course, I would also love to hear what you think about it. So leave that in the comments below. That's great feedback for me and for Mr. D and for Brent. And also for anyone else who's reading this to know what your experience with the program was like. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon.